started my journey in refereeing last summer. I've had an interest in football since I was a child. I used to watch my brother play every Saturday. And then I had my son and he really got into football. So I started coaching his team, the local village team, Elstead Sharks, 7 years ago. I've done my coaching badges, and there's always a shortage of referees on a Saturday morning. And then Elijah and I were at a football game and she said, "Mum, when can I start refereeing?" And I said, "You've got to be 14. And she expressed an interest. So having been on lots of coaching courses where I've been the only woman in the room, I was conscious that I didn't want Eliza to sort of feel nervous about going forward for something, being the only woman in the room. So I said, "Well, if you do it, I'll do it with you." Knowing that then if there was a shortage for a ref on a Saturday morning for any games for our local club or around, then I could help out. So that's why I got involved.
Well, I've always been, interested in football, at least for the past 5 years at least. But I've never really played football. I'm more of a supporter, but I wanted to get involved. And to do that without playing football, I thought refereeing would be a great opportunity. And learning and being able to enforce all the laws is something that I use as a skill and find really interesting. And being able to remember all that and then put it into practice and get some exercise on a Saturday morning, and just being able to run around and be involved in football but without being a player. Well, this season, the one that's just gone, I was lucky enough to be a linesman for a county cup final. Just before they cut it short because of Corona. So my mum and I did that one together, both linesmen, and I ended up having to rule off a goal for offside, which would have been the equaliser. So actually my decision, which luckily was right, made the game pretty much.
For me, I referee a lot of youth football, so I love kids being outside, running around, playing a game that they love, getting exercise, and they can do that because I'm available. I can referee the game for them, and without a referee, they couldn't be playing. So I just love seeing kids play. I love seeing them learn. A recent example is some language on a Saturday morning from a under 10s player, and I blew the whistle, I called them over, had a chat, and they came and apologised to me afterwards. So seeing kids learn and adapt and respect the game and respect the officials is really, really important and a nice way to kind of spend your Saturday and Sunday mornings.
Yeah, I would agree. I find it really satisfying when I've seen a kid play in a match before and I've seen them be disrespectful or rude to an official. But if I then referee them and I don't get anything and manage it well, I find that really satisfying that they have the respect for me not to do anything and get into any trouble.
I've refereed a number of girls' football games. And the girls really appreciate that there's a girl official, that there's somebody female, they can relate to that, and you can see it inspires others to think, oh, actually I'd like to give that a go. And I've heard other sort of opposition teams chatting and saying, oh look, there's a female referee, maybe we should do that.
Don't be intimidated. Don't be put off by all the men that you see and all the boys, because I found that it really does not matter whether or not I'm female or male. I can still control the game. I can still deserve respect and get it from the coaches. And even when you've got male coaches who are disagreeing with you, if you have the confidence in yourself, it doesn't matter. You can control them, even if you think you can't. I can be quite a shy person from day-to-day life, but when I'm refereeing, I make sure that that's not the case, because I need the confidence to make other people believe that I can do it.
And I would say the same. If you're thinking about being a referee, just do it. Go on a course, just do it because you will love it. It's a brilliant way to spend a Saturday, a Sunday morning. The other advice I would give is to join a good referees association. Eliza and I have been lucky enough, we joined Woking Referees Association, and they have supported us all the way through, inspired us. I think we're probably the only two women in the group, but they've really supported us in our journey and our learning. So I would, just do it and find a supportive network. The other thing is, Eliza and I, when we come off the pitch, we've got each other to talk to. So how was that game? What did you think? So find a mentor, find a buddy that can help you. Because some days you might want to come off the pitch and just talk about it. So have that person, doesn't matter whether it's male or female, just have someone you can talk to about the game. And the other thing I would say is, talk to Surrey FA. Surrey FA have been amazingly supportive of us, and we've been up to St George's Park for a women's refereeing event, which was brilliant. So there's a whole network of people out there that can support you.
It can be very intimidating because at the moment there aren't enough women in refereeing. But when you look at football in general, you pretty much just get the male picture. So having male coaches, as a 15-year-old girl, having to deal with older men as coaches who are giving you grief on the sidelines is something that's really hard, and it is intimidating. But then again, that is the same for 15-year-old boys. But when you're the female, it just seems worse. So for it to change, I mean, the coaches like that, especially in youth football, that needs to change for anybody. But I think girls need more support in order to feel more encouraged, like they can do it. They just need to believe in themselves and have someone who can help them do that, and to encourage them to know that they are doing it right and they do have the support.
And I would say more positive role models. So if you watch the Premier League at the moment, there are female assistant referees. The women's game is coming more to the forefront. So the more coaches, referees, players there are out there are women, the more role models, the more people will start to think, yeah, I can do that. So the support that the FA, Surrey FA, everybody's doing to get more women involved, I think will lead to an explosion, actually, of female referees, coaches and players. It's brilliant.